Are you guys able to hear me well? Can you hear me well? Am I audible
Yes,
properly?
yes.
Yes, we
Wonderful.
can.
Anurag, you can start your speech.
All right.
And Anurag, desire versus desperation. Desire versus desperation, Anurag.
Good evening, Toastmasters.
Good evening.
How many of you know what is a bucket list? Right. Those of you who don't, so a bucket list is basically a collection of activities or experiences you want to accomplish in your lifetime. And what happens when you strike off that task, that activity from that bucket list? You get a sense of achievement, right? A sense of wow, a sense of yes, right? On 12th March 2020, a month back, I got the same feeling, a feeling of elation, feeling of jubilance. I was on cloud nine because on that day, I strived off one of the most awaited activity of my bucket list, which was to get a picture in front of Tower Bridge, London. That picture was magical. I was so happy. But what was so special about that picture? And how did it get entry in the bucket list? So when I was a child, I saw a similar picture of my cousin brother standing in front of Tower Bridge, London. And I don't know what was so magical or mesmerizing in that picture. That picture just hit my head. It just deeply penetrated in my head, and I thought that this is what I want to do. I want to get this picture. It became my fascination. And a child starts, exploring ideas, exploring ways to get that thing done. I remember when I was in the 8th standard, I saw an advertisement in a newspaper. It was a ad by British Airways, and it was a contest in which I had to write two essays. One, that why do I want to go to London, and second, what I'm gonna do in London. Trust me, I spent 3 days writing those two essays. And then after submission of my entry, I waited for 3 months for the results, but I couldn't win. Years passed. I joined college, and there someone puts an idea in my head that, dude, if you want to go to London, why don't you date a British girl? Build a relationship, marry her, and then in the end, you might get a PR as well. I started exploring. I went to the internet, started omegle.com, started chatting with British girls day and night, but nothing happened. Later, when I joined my job after undergrad, I was lucky to work with a UK client. And the moment I stepped in the project, my project manager said that there is an on site opportunity to visit UK. Ooh, I got excited. I started working really hard. I burned midnight oil and I became the most ideal candidate to go to the on site. But my bad luck. The engagement was called off and my trip got cancelled. All of my hard work went in vain and I was shattered. I was heartbroken. Years later, I went for my MBA, then I got a new job. I joined there, but this time I said to myself that I am not going to get dependent on anyone. I'm gonna go to London with my own saving. And I booked the ticket and I was all set to fly to the UK. But, but, this pandemic of COVID-19 started rising. From here and there, I started getting warnings and guidelines that you should avoid any foreign travel. But this time, I said no. Come what may, no matter what, I'm gonna go to London. Imagine my urge. I risked my life and I went ahead with the plan. I reached London, and the day I reached London, immediately I went to Tower Bridge and got that dream picture. This is the picture. It was a beautiful feeling. I had a feeling that my trip has ended. I have seen everything. But I had time, so I thought of spending it with my friends in the UK. Now, Shweta is my best friend who came all the way from Copenhagen to meet me and her boyfriend as well. She was aware about the fascination of mine of coming to London and seeing Tower Bridge. The moment she arrived, she said, "Dude, let's do some next level celebration." Next level celebration? She said, "Yes!" I said, "Okay." She said that let's do MDMA. What? MDMA? Dude, it's a hallucination drug. Drugs? Are you mad? I said, "No, I don't. I cannot. Her boyfriend said, "Okay, Shweta, don't insist. We'll do that." Her boyfriend called one Turkish guy, and immediately there was somebody waiting for us across the road. We started approaching towards him, and I and Shweta whispered that, "Shweta, that guy looks like an Indian." She said, "Yes, right." The moment we reached there, he asked us, "Are you guys Pakistani?" We said, No, we are from proper India." "Are you an Indian?" He said, "Yes." "Oh wow, Indian. Wow. Great feeling." I asked him casually, "What's your name? What do you do? How are you doing in London?" He said that my name is Baljinder Singh and I am from Bhatinda, Punjab. And then we started chit-chatting, and I saw that he was hesitating, but then we made him comfortable. We started talking in Hindi, and he told us that his life is miserable in London because he came to London through the donkey way. Donkey way? What's donkey way? He said that he came to London in a container. Container? I and Shweta looked at each other and we had so many questions. We wanted to know more. We asked Baljinder, what exactly is this? And why did you choose this way? There are so many good ways to come to London. He said that not everybody is lucky to get a visa, to clear IELTS, or that mad to earn in dollars and pounds. And those who fail, they choose this illegal way of coming to the UK. Whew. We were stunned. We wanted to know more. We asked him that how exactly. So he told us that he started his journey from New Delhi. From New Delhi to UK, he crossed 5 countries in between. From New Delhi, he reached Ecuador. Quetta is the capital of Ecuador. From Quetta, he moved to Costa Rica. From there, he went to Guatemala. Then he was sent in a container to Panama. Panama jungles took 5 days. He crossed that Panama jungle in 5 days, and he saw people dying in that journey. He saw dead bodies all around. That was a dreadful journey. And then after reaching Panama jungle, he was transported in a container to the UK. That was a heart-wrenching story. We asked him, "So what do you do these days?" He told us that he lives in an apartment which is shared by 26 other people. And those people are illegal migrants. And the house is of that Turkish guy. And that house is just a collection of bunk beds. 26 people in 3 rooms, imagine. And he said that he can only step down when he has to go to toilet. Otherwise, he has to stay in that bunk bed. And all those 26 people are illegal migrants, either doing smuggling, either getting into peddling of drugs from one club to another. and their life is hell. After listening to his bone chilling story, I started imagining that to what extent people go to. Am I? वो हो गया रुक गया यार ये
You're audible
Am I audible?
and visible.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
After listening to his bone chilling story, I started imagining that to what extent people go to fulfill their desperation. Is there any worth of living in the UK if you have to live life like a rat, of a smuggler, peddler? And then I was pondering and I thought of myself that what is the difference between Baljinder and I? For desperation, even I risked my life and went ahead with the plan. But then I recalled that there is one difference between I and Baljinder. It was my good luck that I didn't meet that agent, that donker who took 30 lakhs from Baljinder and sent him to the UK through that torturous way. Friends, we need to understand that too much desperation is a dangerous thing. It's a dangerous thing. It can take away your life. You may get blinded by the flamboyance and can get attracted to do things by the hook or the crook way. But the crook way is dangerous. It can be dangerous. It can take away your life literally like the donkey way. We need to understand that desperation can come to us in any form and at any point of our life. Desperation could be in love. Desperation could be in job. Or desperation could be to make more money. In love, you might end up hurting that person so much that it won't look like love. In a job, you take someone else's credit just to get a promotion. And to make more money, you get into bribery, corruption, insider trading, and then you spend your life behind bars. Remember, friends, that we need to strike a balance between what we want to achieve in life and to what extent are we going to get that thing. In my case, saving money and going to London can be categorized under desire, but then risking my life ahead with the plan instead of COVID-19 guidelines, and I called it desperation. Friends, desire might not take you to the highest point in your life, but desperation, too much desperation can take you to the lowest. Thank you.